Same. We'd very much like to know the American side of the reaction to the story.
I think you should ask Earl Wilson that. He's known Marilyn for years on the other side of the water.
Well, Mr. Wilson, what's the story from your angle?
Well, to us Americans, we've never seen a press conference like that, except one possibly given by President Eisenhower. I mean, where everybody sits down, very orderly. Most of our press conferences for movie stars, the people mill around like at a cocktail party. And then the thing that astonished me was when the press applauded Marilyn. That also is something that seldom happens in a press conference in the United States, unless it might be for the president. Her answers were so direct and honest, and the press just seemed to like her just like the press does in the United States. And I was very happy about it for her, and also it made me feel very kindly toward the English press.
How long have you known Marilyn Monroe?
Oh, it must be 7 or 8 years ago that I did the first interview with her, and curiously, you know, in those days, Marilyn found it very hard to get her picture in the paper. Seems unbelievable now, but the press agents would bring pictures to the papers and sort of beg them to use them. She was then just appearing for the first time, I believe, in a picture called Love Happy. And she was unknown. I did an interview with her at the time and thought that she was rather wooden. She didn't have the verve and the vivacity that she has now. But she certainly studied, concentrated on it, and, well, she's just fabulous, I think.
Would you say that she's changed very much now?
She has changed in that she has studied hard to learn her business. She then was a little shy. I noticed the British press says that she's still shy, and I believe she is. But she's always been honest. She's studied to this extent. I remember being in California and going to a bookstore where we discussed the fact that Marilyn Monroe has been reading good books for years, even before she used the name Marilyn Monroe. And the woman who ran the bookstore and who had found books for her to read said you can never tell what's under a head just because it's bleached. I like that.
Yes. Mr. Earl, how did she first get her break in films? Would you know that?
Well, she had a hard time. You know, she was dropped by 20th Century Fox, the studio that has her now, and also, I think, by Warner Brothers at one time. She just worked along, and finally she got a break. I think in Asphalt Jungle is a picture that she generally refers to, but she liked very much.
Now, as a personal friend of Marilyn Monroe, and also as a very famous columnist in America, how do you foresee the future of this fabulous star?
Well, I think that Mr. Miller said at the press conference something that David Wayne, one of our great stars, also said. He's worked with her in several pictures. He said, I think she is a good actress now, and she may one day become a great actress. And I think with her concentration that she could well do that. Incidentally, at the press conference, there's one thing that amused me, and that's the way Sir Lawrence was kind of the master of ceremonies. He would repeat each question so she would have an opportunity to think of her answers. And sometimes he jokingly misquoted the questions, as he did in the case when I asked one. I asked her, I said, Marilyn, no, I didn't. I didn't say Marilyn. I didn't think I should at this case. I said, Mrs. Miller. I said, your figure is the best that I've ever seen it, and that's saying a lot. What do you think you weigh now? And he said, the gentleman asks, your figure is the best that he's ever seen it, and he said it a lot, and he's seen a lot. Well, I didn't, which I didn't really say. But many of the questions I thought were amusing.
Well, Mr. Wilson, we do appreciate very much your kindness in coming here with Bob Standish and giving us this glimpse behind the story. I'm sure you will all join me in thanking these two gentlemen for their kindness in giving us the inside story.